Well, one big question we want to ask on the show today is your retirement able to resist a sneak attack? That sounds pretty ominous, Barry. What kind of sneak attacks are we talking about? We don't want to be attacked in our retirement.
Well, there are any number of things, Ralph, that can sneak up on your retirement and erode its integrity. Not the least of which is the fees that you pay to have your account managed. Sometimes people will say to me, I don't pay any fees.
None at all?
You really believe that? You think that financial company that sends you your statements every month and manages your account does it all just to be neighborly and there's no profit motive? Truth is, Ralph, everybody pays fees. And there are two kinds of fees: the obvious ones that may appear on your statements or in the literature, and the occult fees. Occult just means hidden. So the hidden fees that are assessed against your account that you may not know about and really would have great difficulty even finding out about. So, Ralph, I've been doing this for 31 years, and I'd feel comfortable saying that 90% of financial advisors don't know about those hidden fees or even how to find them. But I assure you that they're there and you're paying them. So at the WealthCare Corporation, we help people ferret out those hidden fees so they get a true, real picture of what they're paying for the service they're getting. What we find is that people are paying more than they know, and in many cases, they aren't getting very much in the way of service for what they're paying. It's kind of similar to inflation that can sneak up on your retirement. Stock market losses can sneak up on your retirement. And those are the kinds of things that you want to know about. You want to know somebody's watching out for you and monitoring your portfolio, and it's protecting against those sneak attacks. That's one of the things we do for folks at the WealthCare Corporation.
Barry, it also occurs to you and to me as we talk about living to be 100 and having your money last as long as you do. Another sneak attack we may not understand is our longevity, our possible longevity. So talk about that and how it could actually be considered a pretty considerable financial risk to our retirement.
Well, Ralph, if you retire in your mid-60s, like most people, with enough money to last for 20 years, and you get to your mid-80s and run out of money, that's a really bad position to be in. And if that happens, do you know what you say?
What?
Do you want fries with that?
Because that's where you'll be working.
Well, that's exactly right. You've had to go back to work in your 80s. Now, that's bad planning. So far in 31 years, we've never had someone have to go back to work because they outlived their money. Now, we have had some people who went back to work because they didn't like being retired, which is a whole different topic. Often people will even say to me, they'll say, you know, Barry, I don't want to live to be 100, so it won't matter if I run out of money in my 80s. To which I say, well, you don't want to live past your 80s? Why don't we wait until you're 80 and then we'll review this topic again? Because in my experience, very few people, especially if they're healthy, will say, oh, I'm 80, so I want to die now. So we ask clients to plan to go to 100. And if they don't get there, that's absolutely fine. There'll be some money left for the kids.
Have there been discussions, Barry, about I want to really work on estate planning. I want to live to be 100, but if I go earlier, I want our kids and grandkids to be taken care of. Or have you also had people come into the office there in Springfield and go, well, my kids are wealthy. They don't need a dime from me. I don't want to leave them anything. Have you gone on both extremes of that? I want to leave a lot. I want to leave nothing.
Well, probably more often it's people who say, I don't want to leave anything. I gave the kids a good education. They're on their feet and I think they'll do fine. And that's fabulous. But then what you need to figure out is, what are you going to do with all your excess money? Or how much excess money are you going to have, first of all? So let's do your retirement income to age 100. And if we find out at age 100 that you're going to retire and have a couple of $1 million left, well, you know what that means? You can spend more money in your retirement.
You could.
So retirement income planning is not only to stretch your money to 100, but sometimes it's to accelerate your income to get you to spend more so that you spend all the money that you've accumulated.
Now, how do we reach out to you? And also, how do we get a copy of your book, What's on Wealth, that just came out?
Well, I do have a new book called What's on Wealth. I'd love for everybody to have a copy of that. And the easiest way to get it is to just text the word book, B-O-O-K, to the number that appears down at the bottom of the screen. That'll be the easiest way for you to get the book, and I'll even sign it before it goes out the door next week.
Terrific.
If you like this content, please follow and subscribe. And for more information, please look in the description below.